Welcome everyone. New moon in Capricorn, new year, new month. 2022, like my reading for 2022, is a 6, which is a great year for partnership. It's also the number of the sacred feminine, the divine mother. Harmony, unconditional love, how to support and nurture ourselves. So I thought I'd just do a bit of a reading for the new moon based on, what qualities we're looking at within ourselves to engage in love with everyone on any level. So whatever level of love is poignant for you at the moment, go with that. There'll probably be other messages, and who knows, maybe we'll dabble with multiple facets of love. If you're in the market for a new relationship, please focus on that. If you need more self-love, please focus on that, and everything I say is directed at you. If you're healing from love, this could be a blessing for that heartbroken, healing, moving on. Let's just dive in. And I feel like animals, rather than the tarot to begin with, the classic sands and cards and medicine cards. And I'm going to do a classic 5-card reading to base it on. So the first card is you. God, and 3 cards popped out. You. The block for you. The other. The block for the other. And the quality, the characteristics, the signs of union. Oh God, and we got dog for loyalty. Ooh, beautiful. That's also a 5 for freedom. So just creating that space within you for newness. Wow, that was beautiful. I closed my eyes and opened them briefly, and the clouds or something, it had gone dark on the screen, it looked like. And I've also put on my new fancy black dress. I bought this for date nights, and here we are together, connecting with love, the unconditional love, self-love, and the mother. So because 3 cards popped out for you, that's really interesting. Really interesting. So we're dealing with the badge is the primary one, which turns into an 11, which is master, which is 2, so union. But there's an aggression there. Stop pushing things away from you. You may think that there are no people out there that are suitable for you. You may feel like you're the wrong age bracket, wrong time, all of these things. And it feels like you're actually just trying to protect yourself, putting wall and layers between you and opportunities. So please stop that. Because what we're trying to do is come into the 22 number, which is another master number, and it's 2 and 2. So it's like 2 holes coming together. It's the foundations. It's building towards joy of the otter. Yeah. And your block is the porcupine. So they curl up in a ball and they protect themselves. So maybe you need to open up more. Maybe it's your pattern. Yeah, the rabbit. I pulled the wild unknown animal cards this time. Fear. You know, maybe it's your fear of intimacy. It's pretty big. You've been hurt. We've all been hurt before. We've all been rejected. We've all been abandoned. We've all been all of these things, all of these heavier emotions, and then we go into a ball, and then we find ourselves sitting on the couch having Bridget Jones' Diaries movie nights, wondering, crying with the character, Renee Zellweger. God, I love her, she's awesome. Crying with the character, going, why am I single? Why have I just messed up another relationship? Why weren't they good enough? Well, yeah, fears. What else have we got there? Cobra. Yeah, so going within. So I think if we sit with fear and we just sort of go into it and allow ourselves to really connect to what's underneath it, what's driving that fear. You know, is it actually fear of the snake? No. The cobra represents the teacher. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So maybe you've been in a pattern of relationships, or, you know, for yourself, you know, you've been attracting those that just did it again, the darkness, attracting students into your life, and you're sick of being the teacher. You know, in love, we really need equals. We need someone to meet us here. If we're up here and we're down, the other person's down here, mentally, it's going to be hard to meet. Likewise, if someone's done a lot of spiritual work and the other person's kind of like, what do you mean, the universe, source, energy? It's, you know, that's a student-mentor kind of relationship. And these can be deeply healing. They have a purpose in life, but it feels like you've been attracting that energy into your life so far, and it's time to stop attracting that. It's time to open up the porcupine. It's time to let go of the rabbit fears. It's time to be your own student and teacher. Because what we're trying to attract is the squirrel energy. So number 8, and it's so cute. I saw one of those cute shares on the socials of all the, you know, the blooper kind of photos of wildlife photographers. A leopard cuddled up to the photographer who's lying on the ground, who was photographing a cheetah, I think. Just wow. But there were 2 squirrels, and one of them had a big snowball throwing it at the other one, and the other one jumped up on top of the lens, and it was just this comical kind of joyous, beautiful energy. And the squirrel represents gathering. So you've got the beaver card, which is building and foundations, and you're trying to attract qualities within yourself or qualities in a new love where they come and they gather and they give. They gather and they give, and they have resources, and they have the tools to connect with you in the beautiful, loving relationship that you're looking for. Their block is the antelope, and I've just got that confused with the other deck. It's not hypervigilance, which is the wild unknown. It's action. Yeah, right. So trusting your instincts. So maybe you've been attracting people who, I had a partner once, and I said, why are you dancing with the doubting devils? Like, they just seem to doubt everything. They were like, yeah, I'm really into you, but then they were like, you could see the overwhelm, the ticking in the eyes, and the pensiveness in their face. And bless them, I hope they're in a beautiful place now, many years later. So, yeah, letting go of people who are stagnant. We want to attract people who take action, who show up, who come forwards to us, who go, oh my God, you look gorgeous. Oh my God, thank you for coming to meet me on this day. Oh my God, you know, like, without needing praise, they give you flowers, they send you those cute texts, they do the dishes spontaneously, you know, they do these things. Oh. And for context, for the action, I've got the dragon card. So they're going to be deeply connected to why they're here on this earth. They're connected to their purpose. They take care of themselves. You know, they eat nourishing food. They have clear boundaries. The porcupine is also about boundaries, which was your block. So, yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted by myself. Oh no, open straight up to the dragon page. Seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. Yeah, it was funny. I was chatting to someone and then I realised that they were a Leo and I'm a Leo, and I went, oh, I just noticed you're a Leo. And they were like, so is that a good thing? And I'm like, I'm playing it down going, because I don't know, I kind of like difference. I kind of don't want to date myself. I don't want to form a beautiful, loving relationship with someone who is me. I want to have the main in the relationship, right? No, just kidding. I don't know. And I just sort of said to them, I said, oh, look, it's for the universe to decide, because there's so much more in a chart, you know, than just your sun sign. But ego, keep the ego in check, you know. In the back of my head, I'm kind of like going, they felt like they had a bit of ego. Dragon breath, transformative. That's so breathing in and out through the nose. Really strongly pumping the belly, as if you're pumping up a lilo, you know, an inflatable mattress. Yes. It is said that if a yogi does not see the beauty in the world, their agni is dim. Agni is described as the inner fire, a sacred intelligence. And likewise, if the agni is bright, then you sparkle and you're bright and you attract people into your life. Manipura, the city of hidden gems. You can transform and digest everything. Ability to see both inner and outer dimensions. Yeah, so we're looking for someone we can create a really loyal connection with. We're not looking at someone who is great on paper or has all the ticks in the outer world. We need someone who has a balanced kind of portfolio, as you wish. Someone who has done some work on themselves, done some healing, and has some of the material world stuff covered. Again, so they're balanced within. We had the 22 card. So the other person needs to be here, balanced within, two holes, masculine, feminine, yin, yang, inner, outer, whatever you want to see it as. And likewise, we do as well. And together, we are bringing this beautiful energy of the dog, which is loyalty. So let's dive in and get a bit more context with this. Oh wow, the crow and the phoenix. So transmuting, and this was the other thing I was thinking before jumping on to do this reading, was what are we burning and letting go of? You know, what hasn't been working for us up until now? What was our word for last year, you know, and what is our word for this year? Being really intentional and using the element of fire, the phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, maybe you've just had so many heartbreaks. I've got a dear friend, and it's so clear that they're so wounded and their heart is closed. It breaks my heart, because we all deserve love, and it doesn't matter what people say. If they don't like people, there's always going to be people that fit with them. And we need touch, and we need connection, and you're fooling yourself if you think you don't really need another person. I mean, sure, there are some people who have really rich and busy lives and close families and, you know, and monastics. Of course, we don't have to have a intimate relationship, but for the majority of people, I think it's a really great way to evolve through mirroring, you know, looking at the other person as a mirror, to upgrade ourselves, to be challenged, to give love, all of these things. So, and it also feels like, you know, I was thinking about, the earthworm, new beginnings, making really clear boundaries with who you stay connected to. I found that on Tinder, which I think I might just, no, I always say I'll flick it to the curb, but you just never know. I've had lots of interactions which are turning into more like pen pals, and I've realised that I just think I'm going to put an advertisement on there for, you know, healing work, because there are so many souls out there who shouldn't be on dating apps because they're not ready. And does that mirror that I'm not ready? There's probably part of me that isn't, part of me that's scared, but I'm ready. Anyway, so earthworm. So yeah, be careful and intentional with who you stay in contact with. Do you need to keep chatting to someone who isn't good for you? Do you need to keep all of this stuff that's attaching you to an ex-partnership? Particularly when they weren't a good influence on your life, when they were toxic, when there might have been a negative ending. Be really mindful and tune in to yourself and check. I'm going to draw a few tarot cards for that one. We also got the Crow card, which is magic in the void, you know, using your intuition. You know, what does loyalty mean to you? It means so many different things. Loyalty starts first with ourselves, speaking, walking our talk, honouring our heart, our sacral, honouring all of what we need. Not, you know, it's no good pursuing someone if they really don't get the 3 top ticks that you're looking for. Or if they get 2 and then they've got lots of these other ones, and there's room for growth. But the Tower, yeah, I'm feeling like you got him, and this is personally, and in my own energy, I feel like, oh, it's starting to rain, I feel like it's a really big time for deep, transformative, phoenix type renewal, Panther even. You know, I kind of feel like I want to go on Facebook and just delete 2/3 of the connections on there, make space for, I wonder if that changes the algorithm. Make changes, make space for new connections, or just clear out those energetic digital cords that we have connected to people that, you know, that I knew 20 years ago, and, you know, it's like some people you're still connected with, but most of them probably not. And the magic aspect, joy, 3 of Cups. Yeah, oh, an entrapment, damn. So we're wanting joy. We're wanting, you know, I was listening to something Joe Dispenza was saying recently, and he has this belief that relationships shouldn't be hard work. And I'm agreeing with him. You know, I think we get a pretty good idea when we first meet someone You know, things just flow, and then if you're in the same rhythm, it's easy to catch up. You don't have to work out the easy stuff. You don't have to be upset because they don't text as much as you do. You know, your needs are met, your fundamental needs are met, and that gives you the sense of joy. The Three of Cups. Your emotional needs are met. You're met, they're met. Together you meet each other and you meet the universe. You know, otherwise, if we don't have this sense of joy, then we can get the Eight of Swords, that sense of entrapment, that sense of strings attached. You know, that, oh my God, I'm walking on eggshells. This is not conducive to creating a beautiful, loyal, loving, blossoming connection. You know, and if you are looking at your own self-love, you know, where's the card for that one? Just to sort of steer us a bit. Trapped and powerless. Yeah, so if you've been ending up in relationships and you haven't learned the lesson, integrate, process, don't attract another person because they'll be the same toxic person. They'll be the same charmer. They'll be the same temptress. You know, if you haven't integrated and learnt the lesson, you just attract more of the same. And if you feel powerless, or if you feel like there's a sense of no one out there, you still, again, you're going to attract that. You're going to look at your feed or go to a bar or go to parties and you're not going to see anyone. I was talking to a dear girlfriend and she was like, I haven't met anyone in blah, you know, like very long time, like 8 years. And then as we journeyed through this conversation, up came this other person. She was talking about this really beautiful connection and I'm like, hang on, you said you hadn't met anyone, so you'd met them. Yeah, so take the blinkers off. Open them up a bit wider and a bit wider again. Be open-minded, open-hearted. Let go of the powerlessness. You're not trapped. Your past doesn't create the future when you really engage your mindset and you take control. When you welcome in joyous people, you get more joy in your life. What's holding you suspended here in this state of powerlessness? Is it yourself or is it others? You know, it's always good to go back and check in with the caretakers that brought you up, your parents, your lineage, clear through, you know, what patterns were playing out there. Was someone a bit of a control freak? Did you have to act a certain way to get love or to get noticed? All these sorts of negative dynamics can keep us powerless, can keep you trapped. And until you look at that past, yeah, again, it's still going to keep coming through in all sorts of ways for you. So let's tune in to the wisdom of the oracle. What are some messages here? Messages for you. Mending. Yep. It's okay to attract someone when you're still mending. Sometimes we need people. I had a partner and it was so beautiful. They would give me like little gold flakes and rose drops because I had a really broken heart. I'd come out of a really toxic relationship and we just met randomly in some kind of meetup group. And I hope they're doing really well too. Mending. Changing the wind. You know, there needs to be an end point to mending and healing. We can't keep doing the self-help courses. Sometimes we actually need to connect with people and see how we're doing, see how we're, you know, for real, bring what we've learnt into reality to see if we're still triggered. Unfinished symphony. Yeah. We don't want to attract what we've had before. And we need to bring consciousness into our actions, our intentions, our heart, our meditations to create this. Now, a change in the wind is a 12, so that's a 3 card, co-creation. What have we got going on there? Awareness that your plans are not on firm ground. Feeling a shift. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take the ship down. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. The rough seas offer opportunity for mutual growth, a way for you to understand for your heart and to know that you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come of it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. Yeah, this too shall pass. Love being single, or love all the aspects. If you're in a relationship and you're wanting a sense of renewal, love all the aspects about the person, and take an opportunity to see if you can really radically grow together, or otherwise, you know, life is short, so don't have that veil of deception. I think we really, you know, if you're Googling, am I in the right relationship? You're not in the right relationship. If you're, you know, and I've even started to think that when people end up at couples counselling, counselling has a great purpose sometimes, but yeah, I kind of feel like a few sessions you should be kind of nutting into it and getting into a better place. Otherwise, maybe the counsellor's not right. Try a different form of